Alright, head down to our feature match. Connor said he's on a blue-red through the breach build, which is pretty cool. And I think that's Kumano faces something in String Bean's hand. Kumano faces Kakazan or whatever it's called. Kakazan. What the heck? I love that card, by the way. It's so sick. Maybe it was a Fable and he's on Glimpse. Could be it. Yo, can they get started? They're literally just talking. Okay, Aaron Mesa pass. Spire Bluff. Ragavan. Alright. Card viewer. Okay, it is working. Cool. The zoom was all messed up, but I fixed it. Fetches. Which Triumph is that? Oh, is he on a creativity? Is that Dwarven Mine? Maybe Dwarven Mine. In Fable? Maybe the Grixis creativity? I think. I see Prismaric Command, I think. Xander's? Huh. Alright. Thoughtseize. String Bean drops to 17. Connor's going to play with his cards revealed. The ones that have already been revealed. Looks like creativity. That's kind of what I was saying. It's kind of cool if it's like a Jund or a 4-color creativity file. But playing with black cards. So, oh, what's the name? Someone top 8'd our 5K with Grixis creativity, and it looks sweet. See, I'm just gonna try to find it real quick because I can't think of the name and I feel bad. Here it is. Michael Grafton, top 8 of Grixis creativity. It looked really cool. All right, going to String Bean's turn. So I might slam the Fable here. The creativity decks that can actually cast our monsters. Yeah, I like the ones that are going for Archon right now too, because it's like, yeah, you can put an Emrakul into play or something, but it's like it still just loses to Solitude, whereas Archon at least gets you a good bit of value, and you can actually cast it if you need to. So just is that like a main phase fetch? Or is he doing it before tax here? Alright. Prismaric Man, probably on deal 2, make a treasure, I think. Let's pull up Prismaric Command. Connor had a counterspell that String Bean did not know about. Sorry guys, I'm trying to run the whole stream and keep track of life totals and everything. So yeah, counterspell takes care of the Prismaric Command. Oh yeah, I see right there, hard evidence. So that definitely gives away that this is creativity. See if Connor wants to cast the hard evidence. Makes a 0/3 crab and investigates. Makes a clue token with pay 2, sacrifice it, draw a card. Uh, 1 mana plus treasure, play a shredder. Kind Okay, and pass. If you haven't seen Ledger Shredder, you've been living under a rock, because this card is nuts. We got a cool emote for Ledger Shredder too. Okay, Dwarven Mine. Dwarven Mine makes a... Does it make a goblin or a dwarf? Does it make a dwarf? Makes a 1/1. Yeah, 1/1 dwarf. Because it doesn't really make sense for it to make a goblin. Makes a 1/1 dwarf. And plays a fable. So we got multiple things. Dwarven Mine makes a dwarf. Yes, yeah. I realized. I just saw the... I'm pretty sure that's a goblin token out there, so it was like... Wait, it doesn't actually make a goblin, right? But... yeah, so Robert has 2 things he can possibly target with a creativity here. If it gets back to his turn. We have iteration into bobble. I think. Is that what happened? I kind of missed it. Oh, I think they're doing a connive trigger now. Off that bobble. Draws an iteration, discards a Ragavan. Now we're gonna bobble. See what String Bean's top card is. Attack in the air for 2. String Bean takes it. Pass. So I think Connor's hand right now is just iteration, blue card I don't know about, just drew a bobble and a counterspell. So String Bean's gonna have to find a way to get to this counter. He does have creativity in hand. Something like a hand disruption spell, or if he runs his own like Flusterstorms or anything like that. I don't see any blue mana right now, unless is that the Grixis land? That's got to be the Grixis land. So I think it's Grixis creativity. That's Xander's Lounge, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That is a Xander's Lounge, not the Jund one. So this might just be Michael Grafton's list from the 5K. Right name, wrong shard. Oh, you said Xander's, but then you said Jund. Yeah, no worries. So another Dwarven Mine, another dwarf. Gonna go for it here. 3 mana up. Oh, has hand disruption. That is huge. Connor gonna fire off Consider first. So this is big. If Connor is able to draw another counterspell here, could be massive. Although at that point Robert would know to not go for it. What is that? If Counterspell is going to get taken anyways, you might just fire it off. Okay, it does just go ahead and fire off the Counterspell. It's like, you might as well conceal the rest of your hand if you know the Counterspells are going to get taken anyways. Oh, he just drew a Breach for through the Breach. That's right. He's on Breach. I was thinking he's just on like Murktide, so I didn't even consider Breach to be a card. All right, here's the namesake card. Indomitable Creativity. Gets a Connive Trigger. Good stuff, Connor, and remembering that. That second spell your opponent casts can be tricky to remember in paper. All right, so cast it X equals 2. So String Bean is targeting both of his goblins here. Sorry, dwarves here. So he gets to search up, not search, he reveals, no. Yeah, reveal cards from the top until you revealed artifact creature and exile it, and then put the exile cards on battlefield. So Archon, of course, is the way the deck is built. So gets 2 Archon of Cruelties, and this card is an absolute house. So whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, your opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, discards a card, loses 3 life. You draw a card and gain 3 life. So Connor has to sack his Ledger Shredder, discard 2 cards, lose 6, and then Robert draws 2, gains 6, and has 2 6/6 flyers in play for 5 mana. So sometimes they get to a point where they're like, well, creativity X equals 1, and you just like bolt their little dwarf and just does nothing. But usually they have enough of a fair game where they just chill until they're absolutely ready to cast creativity and just crush you with it. Fetch land, bobble you. Interesting. Pass, upkeep, draw. String Bean draws for turn. Surprised if Connor had no turn 1 play there, he didn't bobble himself and do the fetch land bobble trick, where you see if you want to draw the card or not. Shuffle it away if you don't want it. Connor had a lot of selection there. String Bean takes the iteration. Ooh, Blood Moon. Blood Moon could be very good there. Here in this matchup, I mean. So Blood Moon probably coming in out of the board for Connor. String Bean did fetch up a basic swamp though. Give access to his black spells through Blood Moon. Or it didn't fetch, he just played a basic swamp, so. Okay, so that, I think he drew off Consider and then drew for turn. Bobble you again. I think we missed Bobble trigger. Is there a trigger that gets missed more than Bobble? I don't think so. String Bean, fetch shock. Yep, missed Bobble. Tainted Indulgence. Connor, is that like a new spell pierce? Aether Vial trigger? I don't think so. I think Bobble's way worse. It might be just another commonly missed, yeah. But yeah, I was gonna pull up Tainted Indulgence. A lot of people might not know what that is. That's a new pierce? Okay. Yeah, so Tainted Indulgence, it got Spell Pierce, but it's draw 2, then discard, unless there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. So it can turn into just 2 mana draw 2 and instant speed, which is a really sick effect. Gonna go for another one. Connor, not about letting those Tainted Indulgences resolve. But when you got Spell Pierce up, and you can get them, you just get them. Sometimes when you have a spell that Pierce can get, you just take it. Because, I mean, it can't get much more efficient. It's 1 mana counterspell, so it's like, if you find a window to resolve it and get them, you do it. You don't need to wait on something better. I think triggers that are commonly missed are Bobble for sure. And then I think Ledger Shredder triggers actually get missed a decent amount from what I've seen. And it's usually when it's your opponent casting 2 spells, they get missed. Dude, YouTube comments go rogue over missed triggers. So funny. Dwarf Mine. Make a dork. Dwarf Mine looking pretty sick against Ragavan. Is gonna trade the dwarf with the Ragavan. Or at least Connor's assuming it is. It is. Okay. Pass back. I don't see creativity in Robert's hand. I see push, blood crypt. Comment sections known for their calm discussions. Yeah, it's something about the ooh. Oh, that's not persist. That's the unmarked grave, right? I get them confused. So I'm not sure if Michael Grafton's list was running this from Sunday. Oh, sorry. I forgot that I was on that screen. So it would do that because I was going to pull it up. Deck list from Sunday's top 8? Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. Creativity and Reanimator. So yeah, he just had the Unmarked Grave Persist combo right there to resolve an Archon. Dwarf might need 3 other mountains. Oh, because he had the basic swamp there, so shouldn't have made a dork, I don't think, right? He didn't have 5 lands. Rip. Well, I'll remind them after the match. Can't do anything about it now. Sorry about that, guys.